G'day, good people. This is the place you come to grow your clinic and stay to amplify your impact. We're going to be talking about clinics for good, something that's on a number of clinics' minds around how do you amplify your impact in your local and global communities. We've, of course, got clinics for good to be able to create a community to really help amplify their impact, most importantly within their own clinic, and that they're running a robust or built to last a good business and that it can do good as well. So while we've got the official registration components of Clinics for Good, anyone can really make changes in the way that they operate their clinic to do more good internally and externally. And I want to share with you a bit of a model here that you can conceptualize and, more importantly, action inside your clinic to create some changes. So I'm going to share my screen just now and you can follow along, take a capture of this and look at what are some of the changes we can make to bring Clinics for Good to life. Because I certainly believe that over time, as we see the younger generation come through, that they're looking for more purpose-built places to work. They want to infuse, they want to better integrate their work and their life. They don't want to see it as so separate. I think there's a good reason for us to create more purpose-driven places to work, more greater places to work as well. So we're going to look at the integration of causes in particular into what you do. So let's share this model here. So we have a couple of sides. And this is how it works. On one aspect, we have your implementation. And we also then have your participation. Then we can break it down even further. We have conditional and unconditional components to your participation. We then have different components to your implementation. We have operations and we have strategic components to it. So these are the ways that you can integrate making an impact for the causes that matter to you, whether that's your profession, churches, charities, communities, whatever it is that you want to see advanced. Any cause or causes, as Simon Sinek talks about, any just causes that you want to see advanced, perhaps using the 17 global goals as your point of reference that you want to advance, and you can use your vehicle of business, your platform and profile as a clinic owner, a trusted advisor in the health space and in your local community. And this is what we're looking to do. And there's a few different ways you can compartmentalize how you do that. So let's start with what's something that's operational and conditional. It kind of runs on that if this, then that logic, something like buy one, give one. An example being, for every consultation we deliver, we then contribute a certain dollar amount. So it relies on the consultation for something to happen. It's conditional and it's operational. So it's an example there. We then go to, well, what's a conditional strategic way to implement things? Well, it could be who you hire, and you mold your hiring process to infuse your purpose, your core values, your painted picture into that process so that you select the right person. It's a little bit more of a strategic or bigger player. I realize that some people might have more of a luxury than others in terms of the volume of applicants for a certain role, admin, therapist, practitioner, whoever it may be. But we want to best choose the right people. Therefore, let's change the structure strategically of how we hire. We can then look at who we partner with in our local communities. They can be other businesses, schools, clubs, networks, associations, groups, whoever they may be. You're going to use a certain filter as to how you partner and who you partner with. It's a bit more strategic and can be definitely conditional. These are the things that need to happen for us to work and operate our clinic. We need to have partners. We need to hire team members. So let's be strategic about who and how those people come to be and work with us. Let's move along to the unconditional perspective here. We'll start at the top, strategically, our marketing and our voice. We can lend a voice to the just causes that matter to us. the things that we're trying to make an impact for. We can share stories and narratives. We can add it into our marketing in certain ways that resonate with your community, that feel appropriate, that are aligned with your brand message as well. Next, we can look at your roles or positions within the local community. You might have certain roles within the universities or certain boards. Perhaps you're helping out with the RSPCA, you're on the board there, or you're working with your professional association. These are strategic decisions that you've made. Your clinic isn't particularly conditional on you doing that or being in those roles or doing it that certain way, but it's going to help. It's absolutely going to allow you to amplify your impact in the cause or causes that matter to you. Next, and finally, we have unconditional. This looks like pro bono. You can run your business without doing this. But you might choose to do some pro bono work, whether that's in the clinic or externally. You go out to various communities to provide your healthcare service to those communities that do not have regular service. So pro bono or internally. And of course, with your buying habits. So a really easy one to do is buy hand soap or sanitizer from a brand like Thank You, or to buy the toilet paper from Who Gives a Crap, because those organizations are making an impact. And so by buying with those in mind, you are helping them make an impact. So that's more operational and it's unconditional. You do not need to make those decisions, but you certainly could make conscious choices around your buying decisions. So they are a few ways. I'm interested in what ways are you integrating the causes that matter to you to make a difference, using your business, using the collective team, your community, to rally them together, to work with them to make a difference. Love to know. Drop it down below. How are you integrating your impact into the way that you work your clinic, that you are growing your clinic? We are super excited to continue to work with people who are purpose-driven, because we know many people operate in the shadows and don't want to be vulgar or crass or chauvinistic about what they're doing. That's totally fine. There are different ways for you to be able to make an impact, perhaps to lend your voice to it or not. But I definitely believe there's merit in making it more front and center in what you do, because even sharing the message with your team, perhaps with your clients, perhaps with your community, perhaps with your partners, getting them to understand how all this works inside your clinic can actually spark and ignite change. It can ignite participation, implementation of making a difference into the daily operations and the strategic direction of where you're going as a collective. So the call to arms here is, how are you doing this? And maybe there's some ways that you could better integrate the causes that matter to you and how you're growing your clinic. I'd love to know how you do it so we can build this out and help inspire, provide a roadmap for other people to amplify their impact. All the best in building your clinics for good.